y'all? What's up? What's going on? We back for Buckhead Shore. All right, this show is growing on me. It's not my favorite show, but it is definitely growing on me. And I do like the people that are on the show, the cast members as well. You know, I'm starting to get them. You know. So we have Bethania. She had approached DJ from what we saw in the last episode, and they're going out of town to have a little bit of a conversation and also to get some of the negative vibes out of the place. Like, she says she plans to get some sage and really just, you know, clear out the negative vibes, bring on some positive energy. And she did, of course, like we probably thought. She took that opportunity to talk to DJ about the situation with Chelsea where he kissed her. And he did say, you know, he kind of regretted it. He feels sorry about it, pretty much like apologized and said, they both said they want to have like really good communication. They don't want their relationship to kind of turn out like how, what's his name, Parker and the girls are having so much tension and, you know, just bad vibes. So that's what their little, I guess you could almost say they made a pact to just do better as far as communication and things like that. They also end up getting some party supplies for Adamo because he's supposed to be finally telling his mom that he's gay. So yeah, that was something that they did for her. Chelsea did reveal to the group that she has a nut allergy and she can't eat things like Nutella because of it. And she said it's like really bad. And of course she makes a joke about it like, oh yeah, like including the guys. Like, I'm allergic to all nuts, including guys. But, you know, I can definitely relate to her. And that's why I don't really like going anywhere with people that I don't know. I don't like going to restaurants that I don't eat because she just has nuts. I have a lot. Like, I don't even want to get into it because it's so many. But I literally eat like the same foods all the time. And it's probably like a handful of safe foods that I actually have as compared to my long, lengthy list of things that I'm allergic to. Luckily, some things have changed. And some things have gotten a little better that were really bad, like certain seafoods I can actually tolerate now as compared to in the past. And I can't eat regular finfish, but everything else, including like the environment, are like horrible for me. So as soon as she said that, like I felt her pain, you know? So Parker, he now like talks to Katie. They have like a little one-on-one, which was great. And he says that he wants her to feel welcomed and feel like she's a part. But she's like, you keep on making it seem to everybody else like I'm some crazy psycho ex-girlfriend, and I don't like that. You know, pretty much telling him once again that it's hurting his feelings. When she was initially pouring out her heart, he kind of seemed like he was like stressed. And I'm like, dude, you stop acting like you mad stressed. Like, just listen to what she got to say. But then eventually he kind of warmed up and the conversation went on a better route. And he seemed more authentic and even a little bit flirty when he actually did go ahead and apologize again. But this time, I guess maybe it's realer than it was before. I don't know. Now Parker, he now wants to hang out with both of the ladies, both Savannah and Katie. He pitches the idea to both of them. Both of them said that sounds kind of awkward, but later on I did see that they ended up doing it, and it looks like it's going pretty well, or it went pretty well. So at least, you know, that might make him be more susceptible to getting a threesome in the future, you know, because Katie definitely seemed like she's a wild child, and Savannah, she kind of seems like she'll go with the flow. You know, so I don't know. He's working his way up. I think he know what he doing at the end of the day. He know what he doing. Now, Adamo, like I said, he was finally supposed to be ready to go ahead and tell his mom, but last minute he ends up copping out. He just didn't have he just didn't feel like it was time. He didn't want to do it. Maybe he didn't want to do it publicly. Like, who knows what the reasons were. Maybe he was afraid of backlash. He was afraid of the disappointment that might see in her face. I mean, I feel like when he finally does talk to her, she's probably going to be like, baby, I knew. Or, you know, I had a feeling or something like that. Because a lot of times, even though we don't say these things, we know, you know. Well, not we, because I will say it. I'm the type, like, I'm going to say what I got to say, especially if it's family. Like, I know that you're gay, you know? But if it's extended family or somebody that I don't really mess with like that, like, I'll know maybe, you know, but I won't say it to them to embarrass them or anything like that. But it's like, dude, I know. So, and I'm very, very good at reading people. I'm very good at, I'm an empath, so I'm definitely very good at understanding people and feeling what they feel. So, yeah, I would definitely have known those types of things. So, but yeah, like I said, he chickened out. And he did mention earlier in the episode that he was kind of jealous the fact that Bethania as well as Katie, they have such great, or they had such great relationships with their parents, where they're able to have these types of conversations, talk about their relationships and stuff like that. With him, he has this guy that he's seeing. I think his name is Gary, but he can't even really talk to anybody about it. His dad thinks that he's supposed to be racking up with the chicks, you know, the number of chicks that he's with, and his mom, you know, doesn't know what's going down with him, allegedly. So yeah, following that, let's see what happened. Oh yeah, this was so terrible. Parker, he ends up doing a prank on Chelsea, and Chelsea's just sleeping like a little baby, all cute in the couch, and then he freaking takes some shaving cream and sprays it in her eye. I mean, he didn't mean to spray it in her eye, but still, like, you should have been a lot more careful, and you need to know where you're pointing that thing, you know what I mean? Like, you just putting it every little where, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just being so reckless with the white stuff, you know? Like, what were you doing? I guess he tried to make it seem like he was coming on her face, which I get the joke. I mean, that's what it kind of seemed like to me. That's what it seemed like the point of the joke was, but he ended up getting her in her eye. So it's like, damn, like, she's just like the magnet for terrible things, you know? I think that place does not like her. First, she claimed she got a UTI, which I don't know if it was actually a UTI. I feel like she was probably more so, you know, kind of sensitive to the dog, because I feel like it cleared up in a few days. UTIs usually last for a longer amount of time, at least 7 days or longer than that. And I don't know how many days went by, you know, throughout the filming, but I feel like it was just more so like a sensitivity, maybe even like some type of, you know, adverse reaction, they would call it. So, but yeah, so she said her eye was like feeling terrible. She had to like hurry up and wash it out. And she was like, you know what? She marked this man, because she's like, you know what? I'm getting revenge on you. And when he had left to go do his little trouble situation, she made some concoction there and put it in his room so that he could smell some nastiness when he came back. I was like, more power to you, sis. And she was like, she's not done there. She's going to keep on going. So all of them is like, they throw this nice party, you know, put things around the house from the supplies that Bethania and DJ were able to get. So the place is looking all, you know, nice and rainbow-like and very festive and like a great coming out party, you know. And they end up finding out that he didn't even do it, but they were really good friends. They were really supportive, and those are the kind of people that you need on your side. Like, regardless of, you know, people go at it sometimes, even family members go at it sometimes, but if you have people that really will support you and not make you feel like a loser for your shortcomings or for not being able to do a certain thing or whatever, they actually uplift you and bring you to a better place. I feel like those are the most amazing people. Like, it don't even have to be a whole bunch of people. Like, even if you have a small little clan, that's what you need in your life in order to, you know, come out of the storms and get into the light, you know? So that's exactly what they did. They had a nice little party, and even though it didn't go down, you know, they still was turned up. They had a little Magic City in the lake party. You know, what's his name, say he had like the ones and stuff. So they was good. You know, they even, who made some food? What's her name? Bethania, she brought some sauces from the holistic spot. You know, made some good little foods up in there, I guess on the chicken. And they made some, it looked like pasta, and I think there was some other thing there. So, you know, they had some good food, but when they having their party time, drinking, having a good time, all of a sudden, what's her name starts feeling a little weird. What's her girl name? Chelsea starts feeling a little weird. She's like, she feels like her chest is getting tight, and she also feels like her tongue is tingling. So she's like, oh my God, like she's starting to panic, because even though she was drinking, it's like when you're about to die and when you have an allergic reaction, you start sobering up unless you drink really, really too much. That's why, like, that was something I think, like, earlier when I used to go out and party a lot, I used to fear, and I used to always carry my EpiPen as well as Benadryl. They used to always stop me at the club, like, why do you have this? I'm like, it's to save my life. They're like, oh, okay, she could go with that. But yeah, like, that's why I used to always make sure I carry it just in case, because you never know what can happen. So I was surprised that she wasn't really taking any steps to really better herself. Like, she wasn't taking fast action steps, like taking some Benadryl or, you know, getting the EpiPen ready or anything like that. She literally was doing nothing and knowing that she's about to die. So she was like, you know, she could say, she was like, I'm starting to feel like my chest is getting tight. She's looking to see what was in the bottle. And then she was like, from her expression and the way she looked at it, she looked like she was like really, really scared. So I'm assuming that there was probably an ingredient in there that's why I don't eat from people anymore. Like, I haven't ate from people in years, and then I did, and then I had a reaction 2 years ago. So I'm back on my don't eat from nobody unless, like, I'm starving to death and I know I'm the one who gave them the ingredients, or I've seen exactly what ingredients they put. And even with that, it gives me anxiety. So literally, like, everywhere I go, even if I'm going to like another state, like I pay more for more expensive restaurants so that I'll be able to cook my food, because the only restaurant that I actually go to there's like 2 restaurants that I've actually gone to that I feel okay with. But other than that, I don't really eat fast food. Like, only make Wendy's. I've done a little here and there on McDonald's, but only the McChicken sandwich, and that's it. So yeah, it's serious, y'all. But anyway, so yeah, she was definitely looking like something was going on. And then when they showed like the coming attraction, or the, you know, the trailer for the next episode that's coming, it looks like she was getting even worse. And the fact of the matter that everybody that she's around is really like literally drunk, it's worse, because it's like you're panicking and everybody's like having a good time chilling, and they don't realize how detrimental this can be to her health. Like, she can literally die, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's definitely, you know, crazy situation. But at least I like things like this that build awareness, because sometimes people don't realize how bad allergies can really be, especially food allergies. Like, I hate the fact that people, when I tell them, they're like, oh my God, I could never, or I would die if I couldn't eat that. And I'm like, if I fucking eat it, then I will die. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the ignorance where people might say something like, oh yeah, I have that issue because I don't eat gluten. Like, no, it's not the same. Or they'll be like, because I'm vegan. No, these are choices. These are not, I have to do this and my life is miserable. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say my life is miserable because I am here, but you know, everything is difficult for me because of this. I don't like going out to social events or anything like that, you know, and that's the ignorance that people have, because a lot of people don't know the severity, or they don't realize how it mentally impacts other people. So I like the fact that they have stuff like this. And my final thing is that I did see, you know, it can be really bad, especially if you don't educate children as well, because I saw that there was a young kid, I think in the UK, who the kids were like bullying him with cheese, and they ended up like throwing cheese on him because he's like, no, like I can die, like don't do that. He's like, I'm allergic to it. And they kept on doing it, and surely enough, his airways closed and he died. And that's like literally not even ingesting it, it's also if they're around you with it. Like, I have some that are airborne as well as the ones that if they go on my skin, it can cause a reaction. If it is ingested, it will cause a reaction. So it's like so many layers to it. But I can go on forever. I'm gonna just go ahead and say thanks so much for watching. If you're not yet part of the family, definitely go ahead and hit subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Laters.